And we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 32nd episode of the Dojo Kun Shill Shaack. It's great to see these numbers climbing like that because it's fun to have all these great creators come on and talk about their fantastic projects. So my co-host, new to streaming. So that's awesome. We've got a guest who's new to the channel. That's awesome. And then we've got somebody who's been here a couple of times before, who's very comfortable. So he'll just sort of like round out the panel and we're going to have a great discussion. So the first person I'll bring up, let me first do this. So first person I'll bring up is my co-host. So everyone who's here live or looking at this later, welcome Tartan Ninja to the show. How you doing, Tartan?
Good. How you doing, Brian?
Good.
Brian or Dojo? What do you go by?
Either one. Basically, I sort of want to expand the brand, so I want people to recognize Dojo wherever they hear it. So, yeah, we'll stick with that one for now. But yeah, if you call me Brian, not a problem.
Perfect. Yeah, that's actually why I put my handle that I would use on social media, because I figured everyone would know me as that rather than my actual name, which is Kris.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's okay to call you Kris. I just wanted to make sure because some people, when they put up a name like that, they don't want their actual name doxed. So I'm careful about that. I know how some people can be private for specific reasons. But yeah, one thing I want to mention right here at the beginning, and we'll talk about it later toward the end of the show at length, and that is that Kris is more than just a new co-host and new streamer, but he's also on my project, Projectile Reptile. Kris is the colorist. And he's doing a bang-up job. We've got a few pages done already so that we can show that on the campaign when that launches in August. And we'll talk a bit about that in a little while. But let's go ahead and bring in our guests. So we have a veteran to the channel. We've got Marcel Dupree. How you doing, Marcel?
I'm doing fine. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. I think you've got some great projects. I'll be able to show in a little while that this isn't your first rodeo, this trade paperback you're doing, and also, too, that you've got a number of these campaigns under your belt, so people can back you with confidence knowing that you're going to fulfill. And one of the ways I can demonstrate that is, I mean, I got a few of them. So I'm not just here to shill his books and say how great a guy and a company this is, but I'm a customer, too. And this is only two. I plan to get quite a bit more as I was looking at the various things he has available right now on Indiegogo. There's a lot that you can sign up for or buy in demand. So we'll have a look at that in a few minutes too. Before we do that, let's bring in our other guest. We have Arman. Arman, is it all right to tell him your last name too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Arman, is it Nassim?
Yes, Arman Nassim.
All right, excellent. So Arman is here to talk about Elixir #1, The Last Days of Death. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that one up first. So let me go to share screen.
Yeah, no, I forgot because usually in my show, my live stream, I just put my first name because everybody already knows. But that's
oh, okay. All right, so let's see. Oh, here we are, and share that, and then I got to come back to StreamYard. It's a little clunky. I'll get there. I'm going to get faster and faster at this. So here we are, Elixir #1, The Last Days of Death. So Arman, before we start looking at the sign-up page, which is the phase that you're in right now, tell us a little bit about yourself. Whatever you're comfortable revealing, and then how you got into comic books.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now I'm a comic book writer. I just started this year actually. So I live in New York, New York City, and one of the things I really wanted to do in this year, in the new year, was I wanted to get my books out. Now, I was like, that was really what I wanted to do. And it took, because it takes so long, I'm sure you guys know, to make these comics. So I've been working on this, on this book in particular for about like 2 years, right? And I really just wanted to push it out there. So we really started pushing out, really speeding up the timetable to push everything out. And so this book I'm very excited to kind of finally release. But then I got into comics, again, around 2 or 3 years ago reading comics back. I used to read them in high school. I was always a fan of the DC shows on CW and also, some movies, of course. But it really wasn't until I read a few comics, like indie comics, maybe 2-3 years ago. There was Monsters. There was, Something's Killing the Children. Basically all the indies really drew me back in. And then I was like, wow, this is something I want to do. And then I really just started reading a ton more. And then I wanted to write some. I traditionally come from more of a screenwriting background, so I do make short films and stuff like that. But then I really wanted to really explore this new medium of writing. Then I got into comic books, and then the rest is history, I guess.
Well, the comic book genre, as far as entertainment goes, the sky is the limit. I know with films and all that, it's difficult because of budget. But when you've got comic books, there is no budgetary constraints. You can do whatever comes to mind, whatever your imagination will allow. And one thing I wanted to ask you, though, you said that indie comics drew you back in. Is it that you appreciate indie comics because of the shortcomings now of the mainstream?
Absolutely, and also it was just the new stories, and then the indie comics were more experimental stories, or like they're new stories, original voices. I just felt like new to me, and I was just drawn to it for some reason. Like I wasn't really interested in what DC or Marvel was putting out. I haven't been for a long time. Even back when I was I was a fan of the shows. I was like, all right. So yeah, it was a lot of things for me. But then I'm like now I just really only read stuff from crowdfunded comics like on Indiegogo or Kickstarter or anything like that. So I don't even read the big indies like Boom or stuff like that anymore. So
not even those. Okay, all right.
What are the first couple that drew you back in?
Like Monsters and stuff like that. I still I try to keep up with them. There was the Invisible Kingdom. I try to see. I try to kind of whatever everybody else kind of is reading, whatever the Eisner gets nominated. I try to read those, but generally speaking, I just I kind of just like supporting the community. That's why I like joining it so much this year. I like supporting the community. I kind of like seeing what other indies like me are trying to do and trying stories they're trying to tell. So.
Okay. Well, one thing I can show you, I'm trying to pull it up right now, is an incredible site that can be very helpful. It's called cgnow.net. Are you familiar with it?
I am absolutely familiar with it.
Okay.
Michael Bancroft and Mel B.
Right.
Yep.
Well, there's no reason not to show it anyhow. So let me go to that. We'll come back to yours in a second here because this is fun too. Since we're talking about indie comics and how they bring us back in based on the, our disappointment in the mainstream. This here, let me make sure that's visible now to you guys. Okay, yep, it is. All right, so this is cgnow.net. You're right, Michael Bancroft and his wife Melanie host this. She's sort of the person who, not sort of, she does the calendar. She makes sure that all of these great comic books are on the site. And I mean, there's something for everyone on here. There's superheroes, there's Westerns, there's monsters, there's a guy in a rainbow suit of armor on a cat. I mean, there is definitely something for everyone in this arena. So, and it looks like, I think the last I heard, Michael said that there was more than 60 books that are available now. And that's one of the key criteria to be on cgnow.net is when they want to order them, you are to fulfill very quickly. So these books need to be available right now. Another thing is that they need to have been crowdfunded and presented to CG in particular. So for example, the comic books that I published before I crowdfunded Siamese, though they're available right now, I didn't sell those or present those to CG, so they're not eligible yet. There may come a day where I do make them available to CG, and then that'll change the thing. But that's what this is about here. So this is a great site to go to. So many that are available right now to choose from. I mean, I don't even want to single any out. They all look so good. And you know what? This if these were all on a shelf in a comic book store, this would hold up against any of the big 2, big 5, whatever the number you want to throw out there as the bigger companies. All of these are not a single company. In fact, a lot of folks want you to believe that this is a single amalgamation or a single production group. No, not at all. We are loosely affiliated with one another, but independent comic books from one another. Our companies stand alone, and we're just, we just support each other. We tout each other's projects and oftentimes work together on each other's projects, but we have our own individual companies. I'm going to stop sharing that and get right to Arman's book. So let's see here.
I was going to say, some of those covers were brilliant.
Oh, they are really something else. Oh, we lost Marcel again. Huh. Well, hopefully he'll get his camera fixed before he comes on. But, okay, so share. Going to go back to this and get Elixir up there. Oh, we got him back. There he is.
Yeah, I'm going to stay on my phone. Sorry about that.
Okay, hey, not a problem. Not a problem.
Trying to buy a new laptop.
Oh, all right. So, okay, Arman, let's talk about this sign-up page for Elixir. Tell us a little bit about the story so as not to be spoilery, but also let us know whatever you want to get us incented to sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. I consider it the ultimate Monster Hunter story. So this was partly inspired by The Witcher, partly inspired by a lot of wild fantasy stories when I was growing up. A lot of video games mostly is where it came from, and then really, I played The Witcher games when I was a kid, but then also when The Witcher TV show came out with Henry Cavill, I was like, okay, I really it really showed me that there's something here. It's a cool kind of having like a legendary monster hunter basically, or like somebody who's starting out and is gonna like become a legend in his own right. That's kind of the story I wanted to tell, also introducing some different types of monsters. And what we have here is Cyrus. He is a legendary monster hunter, grizzled after years of monster hunting, and then he meets his greatest hunt yet, which is the physical embodiment of an original force of the universe known as death, right? So he walks into the physical plane and now is like the ultimate monster, and now Cyrus is all that stands between our world and this monster here. So
he's aiming high is what you're saying. Going after death himself or herself. I don't know. It depends on what you want to.
Exactly. And then he's also, and he obviously he can't do it alone, so he has to now find some allies. And he hates monsters. Everybody is a monster to him. If you're not human, basically, angels, demons, any type of people like that. But he has to now make allies because he's trapped in this kind of eternal war that's been going on, and all of a sudden it's broken loose now that death is now walking around, and now we have to figure out what that means and how he's going to stop it. So
you said he's grizzled after years of hunting, but he's drawn as a pretty young looking man. Is he immortal or something?
He's not immortal. It's not that he's young. It's that he's been doing this for many years. So I would put him at an age of like late 30s, early 40s, something like that.
Oh, so he's ancient. I see. Okay.
It takes care of his skin, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of coenzyme Q10 there.
Yeah, be careful, Arman. Be careful. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
As you can tell, I've been around a while. All right, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit here and show that day one backers get a free exclusive print, 5.5 by 8.5. Is that something I'll be able to see if I scroll down?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we'll do that in a second. But as you can see, I've got my email address in there. I'm agreeing to the terms, and I think perhaps this is. Yeah, it's going to tell me I already did. But anyway, everyone watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay, please go ahead and sign up so you get updates from Arman as to what's coming, when it's coming up. And then, of course, once you're back, you'll want updates as to the progress. So let me scroll down here. Okay, so wow. Okay, you got merchandise available as well. Let's see here. So exclusive cover revealed at launch. Oh, so maybe we don't see it yet, huh?
Yeah, we don't see it yet. It's
okay.
Something that It's technically they're finished actually, the covers. But yeah, I'm just gonna reveal it on the day of. They're really cool though, and there's actually not one but two. I mean, I just go crazy with covers. But it's gonna be a fun one. And then also everybody's gonna get a box that backs this, like that exclusive box over there. So I'm just trying to do everything and try to like really blow it up. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. I caution you to going too big, but you said there's 3 perks. It's simple. So yeah, you've got a digital copy, a print copy of the Indiegogo exclusive, right? And then the box. So it's not real complicated. You'll be able to fulfill easy. So, people can back you with confidence knowing that you've got this at least in a simplified manner, so that it'll be easy for you to make sure that you fulfill.
Yes, exactly.
With that, well, actually, first, before I get ahead of myself here, which of these prints is available if you're a day one backer?
The day one backer is the blue one.
Okay. And that you said is Cyrus?
Yes, that's the Monster Hunter. Yep.
Okay. And then who's this with the horns?
So that is the Devil's Apprentice. Her name is Suriel, and she is going to be kind of a semi-friend, semi-antagonist. I don't know what they're called, but she's that basically.
Anti-hero, maybe? I don't know.
Anti-hero. Okay. Yes.
Maybe. Okay. And how do we get that print? Would that just be a print available as an add-on?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's why it's right. So I run a weekly live show kind of like this, and then we also have interviews on where we had Bancroft, B Rose, a few others. Don Chin.
Oh, yeah, B Rose on.
Yeah, I know, man. That's before I knew. And without, we do interviews with people, talk all about indie comics, art, fun stuff like that. It's called Submarine Treehouse. And
yeah, I've seen you in the chat.
Yes,
I didn't know that was you.
Todd.
All right, cool. I'll be able to say hey.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So what do we have here? A little bit further down, the turnaround of the character. So is this then the interior artist?
Yeah, that is the interior artist. He just did he just had like a fun. So this was actually for the animation and just some storyboarding thing, like character design phase before we actually got drawn into the pages. So the pages, he doesn't look like this on the pages. Okay. There's a trailer, which I think is on the page, but that's if you want to see the actual like interiors. But this was just like how it looks basically for the. It was like very rough, very like simple style, cartoon like almost.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and watch the trailer then to see if there's anything that it will answer, so I don't have to keep throwing these questions at you. Maybe they're already answered here. Let's give it a look.
I can feel the blood leaking out of me, draining out all that I am. My memories, my pain, my happiness. There's something different in the air. I feel it in every breath I take. It's flooding over my body and mind. It feels like death.
A new presence has been created in the universe. It is an abomination. A new embodiment of death.
Cyrus, the Monster Hunter, you will leave now. This is not a fight you can win.
You are angry at the world, at your place in it. Your weakness, your mortality. Anger is good. It will keep you alive.
Angels, demons, they're all the same. All monsters, all my prey.
I choose you, Cyrus, Monster Hunter. I give you your greatest hunt. I name you my champion.
Why? I want my body! This world! Let me die in peace!
All right, then. Did that get cut off a little there at the end?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that I hadn't ended it too early or something.
So yeah, that was put together by my good friend Pedro. I don't know why I forgot his name. Pedro Ang.
Oh, the famous Pedro Ang from Panama.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I always call him that. He laughs that I call him the famous. Good day, Hockey. And Tentacle Pentacle is with us too. And then I see sneaking in to the chat, sort of on the panel and the chat, we've got Arman.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
So yeah, Hockey asked, you had Bancroft on there? Cool. Oh, he says, sorry to hear that. Okay, so maybe he doesn't think it's so cool. Oh, come on, Hockey. You know he's all right. So is there anything else you want to tell us about the I had two questions. Sorry. Number one, is this a self-contained story, or I see it says number one, is it first of a story arc?
First of a story arc. Me and the artist, his name is Pak Kwan on this one. He lives in Miami, but we originally it was planned for 4, and then now it's being pushed to like 6 to 8, and we'll see. We're having a lot of fun telling the story, and we'll see where it kind of ends. But it's definitely a mini series.
Okay, all right. I see it's 36 pages. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kris.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, nice. And I guess you're hoping maybe to. Is this something? I'm kind of new to Indiegogo and the whole crowdfunding game. Is this something you guys can eventually turn into something that's more of a, like you can get up to 100 issues, 120 issues, even 200, or would it have to go more like a standard publishing house where you do it that way?
It depends. It depends. Like I haven't seen anybody on crowdfunding go like. I think there are a few. Like I can name maybe 2 people who are up to like issues like 15.
Okay.
On any like floppies. Like a lot of times people do graphic novels or floppies. Like this is technically a floppy. So it depends how many your page count. But yeah, this I definitely wanted to kind of be in that range of like 6 or 8 mini series, because it does have an end where we want to tell it. But then maybe there's another volume or another spin-off of different characters.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so there could be a spin-off or just the next hunt that he goes on, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then my next question, it says if you're a day one backer, you get that print. So Arman, when is day one?
I am looking at July 15 right now, but it's going to be in the one of the. So I want to say, let me pull up the calendar because I don't want to.
It's coming up really quick here.
It might be the 20th. I think it's going to be the 20th of July. I think I'm happy with that. July 20th or 27th, but I'm going to say July 20th for now.
The 20th. So 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today.
Wow. Do you have a place that you're launching it?
We'll see.
Okay.
It's either going to be probably on mine or B Rose's channel, most likely. But if I'm trying to meet more of the community and definitely trying to find a cool launch party, but we'll kind of see.
Yeah, if you meet more of the community, you'll learn that they're going to suggest, don't go to B Rose. Are you kidding? No, he's all right. His channel brings in some folks, so that might be a good shot.
He's also, we're good friends now, so it's like it feels more like home.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the lore, but B Rose and I have this frenemy animosity kind of thing going on.
Okay.
So, and it's been for a while, and it all started when he started gatekeeping me in the chat. He would talk to the 4 people before my chat and the 4 people after, and I don't think it may not have been intentional at the beginning, but he just kept doing it. So I think it was intentional. So I always give him.
Before it is now. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to continue giving shit. This is my channel. I'm going to do it if I want to. So did you have anything else you wanted to tell us? Now I'm stop asking questions, and maybe you'll prompt a question or two.
No. The only last thing I would say is that I'm so excited to kind of get a story. Actually, I have a proof kind of copy or one printed out here.
Oh, nice.
And the artwork is it's like one of the best looking books.
You want to hold it up? I'll solo you out.
There's some nice glossy interiors that I don't really see anymore.
I will embiggen you. Oh, hey, that is great art.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so full transparency, folks that are watching, whether you're live or in the replay, I sort of gave him a little bit of grief before the show about being a little weebery, but no, this.
Yeah, no.
There's a little bit of manga influence I could see, but honestly, this stuff is on a par with the Western comics as far as the art goes. So heck
Right.
yeah, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, absolutely, and I appreciate that. And then this is one of the covers. So
Nice, very colorful too.
yeah, I'm a colorful guy, Dojo. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
the colors.
we're talking about colors. We've got a colorist on the panel. What do you think, Kris?
Actually, I really like how you separated it. The guy in the middle obviously is really drawn out, but it's got cooler colors on, looks like the left side, and then warmer colors on the right to really separate the entire thing. I really like how that played out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, everybody sign up so that you're on the same page when he launches in just a couple of weeks, not, down the road or something. Like, sign up as soon as you can so that he's got a good feel for how many people.
Did we pause or did he pause?
I think we
Yeah,
lost
one of them as
Brian.
well.
Okay, so I guess I'll be continuing that on for us until Brian gets back, won't we?
Okay.
So the
He'll
new
be,
guy is gonna
fulfilling
do it. Oh, here he is.
That's always scary when it's that. I'm like, it's a beautiful day out there. Why am I losing internet? You should be.
Oh yeah,
Happened again? No, okay.
happened again. Well, yeah. So really like the cover.
Thank you.
And
Is there
anything? Is there? Yes.
I took so long to put this art team together, so everything was kind of chosen, but it was like a lead art team. Everybody like who's seen it like loves the art, and it's because it took again 2 years to put it together. So
I was actually just going to ask how long did it take. That's I'm guessing that is that about right for crowdfunding comics? Usually around 1 to 2 years.
It depends. I know people who spend like 10 years, coming up with this story, and then they just haven't done it until recently. It really just depends on the creator, I guess, and what their the timeline looks like, what the resources look like, how much time they can devote to it. So
yeah, I mean Dojo Kun. This is probably my first comic that I'm working on, so I'm like learning as I go. And actually, I'm just getting into the community. I follow like a lot of people. I actually follow both of you now. Leading up to the show, once I saw you guys were on, I quickly hopped on Twitter and followed you guys.
cool.
Obviously, then we'll find out if you guys are on Instagram or any other channels that I can follow you.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I am on Instagram. It's the same thing as my social handle on Twitter. It's just real Arman Nassim. So just my name with real REAL in front of it. But yeah, I just followed you back, Tardan, and I'm definitely curious to kind of check out your colors.
Oh yeah, thanks. Still learning, but yeah, getting a little better every day. Actually, every time I see stuff from anyone else within the community, I quickly try and digest it and see how much I can piece from what your other artists have done, because there are so many great either pencilers, inkers, and colorists within the community, and it seems to be just growing all the time. Right, every day, more people from, I guess, even Marvel and DC and some of the other ones are coming in. It looks like as well.
Oh yeah, I agree for sure. I think Brian came back, but then froze again.
And then froze
Yeah.
again. You know what? So maybe we'll. No, I'm not sure if now we would maybe find out. Is there anything else we should know about the comic or anything else new you got coming down the pipeline later on, Arman?
No, but we're working on number 2. So, be rest assured that if you get this book and you like the story, there will be more. There will be more. And later this year, I don't know an exact date for number 2. Let's get through number 1 first. But yeah, later this year, there will be number 2 out. And I'm going to try to release 2 a year of the series, Elixir. So
awesome. That's fantastic. And I'm gonna take a chance here. Marcel, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Hopefully you can hold my hand here as we introduce you and find out more about you as well.
All right. Well, as you said, my name is Marcel. I'm from San Diego. I'm the owner of Evolutionary Publishing. We publish a variety of titles from all ages to mature. We do romance, superheroes, urban fantasy, horror, sci-fi, you name it, we do it. We've been around for about 6 years now. Yeah, this will be year number 6
Oh
this
wow.
month. Yeah, we put our books out on Kickstarter and we put them out on Indiegogo. So yeah, that's about it.
Do you
Okay,
find
oh.
you get more traction for some types of comics on Kickstarter as opposed to Indiegogo?
No, Kickstarter is, I'm sorry to say it, is the superior platform. People go
Oh,
to
oh, that hurts.
Oh man, coming out.
Kickstarter people go there just to shop. So it's like going to a comic store. People actually go there just to look for comics. Indiegogo have to like try way harder to get an audience. But yeah, I
Interesting
like
you should say that, because on Indiegogo, I find that I've got quite a following, at least of friends in that. And Kickstarter, I have a hard time getting a foothold over there. So maybe sometime you and I could brainstorm, Marcel, and I could help you with IGG, and you could help me with KS.
yes, we glad to do that.
Awesome, that'd be good. So, so the LeFay trade paperback, then, what you're bringing to the channel today,
Yeah.
have you already done that on Kickstarter?
Yeah, we did. Kickstarter went very well.
Okay, that's great to hear. So then you bring it over to Indiegogo, because hey, why not, right? You can.
Yeah.
If you don't, you leave money on the table. So it makes sense to hit both if you can, or if you have the opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and share, as long as I don't get booted. And by the way, Kris, I didn't mean for this to be a baptism of fire for you, but every time I popped back in, I saw that you were holding down the fort. So I appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. You know what? You got to hop into the fire sometimes.
That's right. All right, so let's see here. Well, first we're going to do LeFay, and then I got something else to share with you guys that is related to Marcel's stuff. But so the trade paperback, Marcel, why don't you go ahead and walk us through what you'd like us to see about this? This is in funding phase.
Yeah, I'll first like to show the trailer, so we can start off with that.
Oh, sure. All right, short and sweet.
Yeah, I wanted to show off the art a bit. So LeFay's urban fantasy noir series about Morgan LeFay. Sorry about that. She decides to fight Merlin. We actually scroll down a little bit to see that. She decides to fight Merlin to take his powers for herself. The fight doesn't go too well for her. I'll wait for you guys to show it.
Is this it here?
So, yeah, here's the fight. So yeah, you keep showing the whole fight. They fight. Merlin kicks her ass, but instead of killing her, he puts her to sleep. She's found 1,500 years later by three witches called the Three Moons. They wake her up and they promise to give her powers back if she works for them. So she's been doing it for a few years now, and this case is one of the Moon's grandnieces was attacked, and a creature was taken from there. So Morgan has to figure out who took the creature and why, and it unravels to a whole urban fantasy Arthurian legend. There's a dwarf, gangster. Merlin is a mob boss. You have Jack the Ripper, aka Spring Hero Jack, Lady of the Lake. So yeah, everybody from Arthurian Legends in there. It's 144 pages. You get issues 1 through 5, and you get a bonus story. The bonus story talks about Tom Rawhide and the Three Moons. And that's the bonus story right there. A preview of the bonus story. The bonus story is drawn by Carola Borelli, colors by Agnes Posa. The main story is by Miguel Angel Ruiz, Victoria A. Stone, and Marco De La Varde on letters.
So that's this up here, right? That's the creative team for these pages right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So for your campaign, we have the opportunity to have a look at the tiers that you have available for this trade paperback. So I see that there's quite a few. Why don't you help walk us through those?
All right, the first one is just a basic digital PDF. The PDF of the book.
Okay.
We have a special early bird offer, which is you get a print, the book, a PDF, 17% off, and free U.S. shipping. So it's $25. You get all that.
Okay.
And then the one after that is just the book for $30, the regular price. And then I think that's the deluxe PDF. The deluxe PDF comes with the line art and script pages, so you can see the whole process.
Gotcha.
And then that one,
Pendragon.
that is a variant cover by Hedwin Zeldavar. It was supposed to be a poster, but I loved the image so much I made a variant cover.
Yep, that happens sometimes. You're like, wait, this can't just be a card or a poster. This has to grace the cover.
Yeah. And
what about
then
the Knights of the Round Table?
This one's my favorite. If you're an art guy, it's a black and white version of the book, so you can see Miguel's art. It's oversized and it's a hardcover.
Oh.
And we're only going to print 250 of them. So once they're gone, they're gone. We're not going to.
Okay, so there's a thing with numbers. I'm a numbers guy, Marcel. Up here it says limit 100.
Yeah.
It says here that one of 90 are claimed, and then you said there's 250. Help me figure that out.
We're gonna print 250 total. So far, 10 of them were taken from Kickstarter already.
Oh, gotcha.
So we have 90 available for here. And then I just scroll down. We have a box, a collector's box. You also get the hardcover.
Is that way down here at the bottom?
Yeah, it's way down. Yeah, that one.
Okay. All right.
You get the hardcover. You get the variant cover. You get trading cards. You get stickers. You get 2 T-shirts.
Wow.
And an exclusive print.
That's definitely the whole kit and caboodle there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go back to so that was Knights of the Round Table, the art edition. Okay, you said it's oversized, it's a hardcover edition, and you also get the PDF with that one. Okay, good. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. You said that 10 of these were claimed on your Kickstarter campaign. Are you also then knowledgeable about porting the Kickstarter campaign over to Indiegogo? Is that what you did?
No, I didn't do that. I've never tried that before.
Okay.
Does that actually boost numbers? I see some people do it, but I don't know if it actually gets them attention on here.
Well, you know what it would do? I believe it would, and here's why. Let's say, for example, your goal was, I don't know, I'm just going to pick a low number, $1,000 on Kickstarter, and you crush the goal because, like you said, you're successful on Kickstarter. When you port it over, it will already be favored by the algorithm because you're at more than 100% funded. So that'll show that there's some popularity to the project, and it will show up higher on people's searches. Or if they just go to, let's say they go to Indiegogo and they just hit explore, like, you know what, just show me what comic books are available. I just want to look around and see what's there. It will be favored by the algorithm, and perhaps more eyes will get on it.
All right, that's a good idea. I'll talk to you about that offline on the steps of doing that.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so then we've got Camelot's Enchantment. Tell us about this tier.
This is a poster. It'll be I forgot what size. A poster size. The poster is done by Vinzo tab. I also want to make that a cover, but I was like, once you start adding up covers, the print cost goes up. So I
Okay.
was like,
So
no, I'm not gonna do that.
if I scroll way down on the for the looking at the left side, will we see a better picture of that poster?
No, I should update that.
Oh yeah, you got to get that on there because from what I can see, it's really amazing. I'd like to see it in a bigger format so I can make the decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know if my wife would let me put that up anywhere, but that doesn't mean I don't want it. All right. So then, what's Deadly Allure?
That is a naughty version of the cover. Basically, you get Morgan on the dragon, but she's naked.
Oh,
For those of you that are into that, we have that available.
for those of us who are into that, gee, I can't think of anybody who likes the naked women on the cover. All right. Is this the Idols of the Queen?
Yeah, and then we have the Vinzo tab poster, but it's also a naked version of it.
Wait. Come on. Well, for those of you who are watching there quickly, you saw my address. Never mind that. Now I gotta search for it again. Yeah, it comes right up. You know, when you hit the button and say, yeah, LeFay is what I'm searching for, it bugs me that I also have to hit enter. It's like, I just said that's what I wanted. All right, come on. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
All right, once it draws it, we will get down here to Idols of the Queen. That's where.
Yeah, that's the Vinzo tab poster, but a naked version of it.
Okay. But with that, you get the regular cover on the book, right?
Yeah, you get the regular book. You get the PDF as well. Yeah.
Okay. And then the Siege of the Saxons. Wow. What? Let's see here. What's all in here?
That one you get issues 1 through 5 and physical and a PDF. You get the trade paperback as a physical and a PDF.
Wow. So this is for the completist collector.
Yeah.
That wants all the floppies and the trade. So listen, folks, this is the way to go if you're truly the collector type, because you can get all of the physical floppies, put them away, keep them pristine, and then go ahead and read the trade paperback for your shelf. But I mean, that way, not even your own paws are all over the floppies, right? You just put those away, keep them in perfect condition, and then read the trade.
Yeah, I didn't even know people were interested in that. I was getting comments on Kickstarter asking how can they get the physical copies. I was like, all right, I'll just add it here with the physical copies.
There you go. Yep, great idea. And then the Apprentice, the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is the one we talked about briefly a few minutes ago, but I'll open it up so we can have a look here. So collector's box, which include, it's got the nice poster, the headwind cover, the regular cover, right? That's what this one is.
Yeah.
And then the Noir edition, which is the art edition he talked about earlier, 2 t-shirts, the exclusive print. Okay, which print is that? Is that the
we
one
have
with
not debuted that. That's for their eyes only.
Oh. Well then, la-di-da. If you go for the big bang, then this is the place to see that print. And then holofoil cards. Those are cool. Are they on here? Or are they also for their eyes only?
No, I think they're on there. I think no, what's the tiny image not on the? We didn't put it on there. We should have put it on there.
Right here, you mean?
Yeah, we're trying to because with the Kickstarter, the format is you have the reward images on the are part of the regular part of the campaign, so it's larger. I gotta work on my formatting for Indiegogo.
Yes. Yeah, because we definitely want to see close up here what we're selecting from. Although from what I can see, this is really quite a great project and a great IP that you've got going now. As you know, I backed or supported the floppies numbers 1 and 2. So I've got a decision to make here. Do I get the trade or do I try to get all the floppies? I'll have to see about that. I'm sort of a completist collector myself, but if I get that one that's got all of them, then I've got duplicates. But how terrible is that? That could be good, right? So I got some decisions to make.
You could always use spares.
Share with a friend.
Right. Actually, you know what? I learned recently that there is a collector in the indie comics network, if you will, that's about 10 minutes away from me. And
Oh, awesome.
and I'm way out. I was born in Detroit and raised in a nearby suburb, but I'm hours away from Detroit now. To find out that somebody is way out here in the sticks among the farms with me was kind of a pretty amazing. That he's just a few minutes away. That's funny. It's Aaron Camilleri, for anyone who's wondering. So yeah, he and I are gonna meet in person, have some dinner, talk comics. I invited Dee, my wife, to come along. She's like, "You're gonna be talking comics the whole time?" Yeah, I don't think so. Her eyes would glaze over. She'd be reading the menu. Okay, so Kris, did this engender any questions as we were going over the campaign?
I don't have any per se. Sorry, Marcel. I'm
Sorry.
just I am in love with the artwork. I love how there's a constant change between the way that they're colored and the way it kind of flows through the book. So I'm just sort of sitting here. I'm just like drinking it all in.
Yep.
Right.
Okay,
even on this page, even on that page that you were just on,
yep, we'll go to that.
I mean,
There we
it's
go.
8 squares, but nothing's the same, and the mood changes slightly throughout, and then you have the sudden ones, and then of course you see the I don't know what type of, maybe a specter or whatever's walking out. So you don't even have any real text other than the sound effects, but you still get a whole sense of what is going on. So yeah,
Thank
your
you.
artists on this killed it.
Thank you. Miguel and Victoria make a great team.
Yeah, they do. All right, so here's what I plan to do. First of all, I'm going to tell people you need to go back this project. As you can see, there's 5 hours left. So tell us about the 5 hours. Is that in your first 30? Is that the whole campaign? Tell us about that.
And that's for we run our campaigns for 2 weeks, and then we have it on in demand, and they stay on in demand until we're ready for print, and then we
Okay.
cut off. So if you don't get it today, if you get it until we're ready for print, you have about a month or two.
Okay. Now, when these 5 hours are over and you go into in demand, are there any tiers that are no longer available?
No, we're gonna leave everything available.
Everything's still available. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. Sometimes when people go into in demand, they take a few things down, making them exclusive to the funding phase. But I can't really say which I prefer. I think as a creator, I would say I'd like them all to remain up there to give people the opportunity to get whatever tiers that they want and select from your great choices. So there's that. So what I also want to do, though, in a way to show, I know we talked about your history of publishing comics for the last 6 years, but what I also want to do is I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to close a couple of windows here and then go to a different window that is yours. And I've got something to ask you about on something called the first blood tier. So let me get to that. Let me share screen, Chrome tab. So the first one I want to show is Soul Pact. And the reason I want to bring that up is he has a company called Evolution. And I believe that's your all ages. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's also got, if I can bring this up, he's also got No Sleep Press. And I believe that's your adult only books, isn't it?
Yes, that's where you get LeFay, you get Pateta, you get Lethal Challenger's Cat, Dirty Work at the Crossroads, Babylon Working, Seeing Red.
So, I mean, this cover, although she's covered, is pretty racy. And wow, the artist, who did that art right there that we see on screen?
That is Michael Crone and CC.
Oh, it's Chrome. Well, no wonder it's so good. Chrome is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Okay, I'm jealous that you got Chrome to do it. So here's the thing I wanted to show you. I was looking at Soul Pact, and I was looking to back this one. Okay, now First Blood says Soul Pact #2 PDF, print, and Soul Pact #2. Now I'm not going to press this and dox my address again, but when I do, the thing that comes up says I am buying Soul Pact #1 and 2. So if that's not intentional, you may want to have a look at that campaign and see if something needs to be corrected.
Yes, thank you about that. I will actually definitely look at that.
Okay. I noticed this. I was going to back this tier, but what I truly am looking for is number 1 and 2. So I'm like, well, 1 and 2 is what I wanted, but I don't think that's what I clicked. 1 and 2 is down here on Devil Horns,
Yes.
where you get both. So I'll probably come back and do that after the show is done. But yeah, so here's what I wanted to show you folks, though, not just Soul Pact, but I wanted to come to. Let me see if this will do what I wanted to. Yes. All right. So if you search on either, as you can see here, I searched on Evolution. Okay. That will bring you to the LeFay trade paperback, LeFay number 5, which is available in funding right now. Oh, Boomerang. I shouldn't have pressed the button just because I was pointing at it. All right. Get my hand away from that button. All right. So also, here's Soul Pact 1 and 2, what we were just talking about. Deal Breaker, that's yours too, right?
Yes.
Seeing Red, the girl that kissed death, that's your.
Yeah.
Hey, is that in fulfillment yet?
We're it's at the printer. We're waiting for the printer. It is done.
Those printers.
It is done. It's been done for a while.
Yeah, I know. I backed that one, so I'm looking forward to getting that one. That's for sure. And I think that's it. That's on this page. But what I'm trying to demonstrate by showing this is, folks, Marcel is not the kind to sit on his laurels or sit on his hands. I mean, this guy on the panel is, yeah, he said he's been at this 6 years, but he's been at this 6 solid years. One book after another after another. He doesn't rest. If one book is done, he's got another 1, 2, maybe 3 in the hopper. So he's constantly churning out these great books. Definitely somebody to keep your eye on and support, because these books are great. Like I said a little while ago, I'm not just a spokesman, I'm a customer.
Thank you.
Black Bishop. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, we also have a policy that if we are late due to production, you do get a free comp.
Oh.
So if we're ever late because we messed up, you get something for free.
Excellent. That's good customer service. See, that's another thing that this Indie Comics Network is all about. Whether you're CG or not, I know you said you're sort of neutral to the whole thing. You don't want to, pick a group to be a part of, but you're CG friendly. You like us as much as we like you. Yeah. Here's the thing. This Indie Comics Network, CG or not, our goal is customer service, because Marvel and DC are basically flipping off their customers. They don't care if you like their stuff anymore because they're getting that ESG grant money.
Yep.
So long as they can check those blue boxes and say, yes, we have this in there meeting that woke agenda. Yes, we have this in there. They don't care if anybody buys them because they're getting money from the government, which is a huge shame because, comic books, like I said at the beginning, I've been collecting comic books for 47 years now, guys. And the books that I love, they're destroying. I mean, I still collect She-Hulk. Okay. I do. But that's just because I have for many years. I've collected She-Hulk since she debuted in 1980. I don't want to stop buying them. But I wish that they would treat these characters and their canon with respect. So what we're doing over here in the Indie Comics Network, and Marcel is definitely one of them, is yes, we're starting up our own indie companies, and it's going to be a while before we have a whole bunch of lore and canon, but we're going to treat our characters with the utmost respect because they're our babies. They're what we're writing. We want to tell stories, and I know Marcel and I have talked about this before, we want to tell stories that remind us of the stories we used to love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I probably fell out of comics is, like, even though I didn't get into the industry initially, as the stories started to really go downhill, I kind of just fell out of it. And it was only until a couple of the other CG guys, I started watching their videos, I started getting involved again, and now here we are. Yeah,
exactly. So we're coming up to the top of the hour. Before we go, though, I do want to mention once again that Chris, Tartan Ninja, is the colorist on my project, The Projectile Reptile. So what I'd like to do is share my screen and show just a little bit of the colors that he's bringing to the arena, if you will. And bring up Projectile Reptile. Oh, I have to go back here and add to stream. There we go. All right. So he didn't do the logo, but he did do this page back down here on the bottom right, this is the reveal, the big reveal of the projectile reptile when he's transformed into the four-armed hulking creature. And I felt okay putting this on the sign-up page because, I mean, you've seen the characters and all of the posts and tweets and all that I've been doing. So it's okay to post this. You don't know how it happens. You don't know what happens next. But I wanted the visual, the great, transformation to be available so people can see what they're getting. So the art by Caius is pretty amazing. This is the first time he's dipped his foot at all into Westerns. So he's really excited about it. And Kris, why don't you tell us, this isn't your first coloring project. You said you've been doing it for a couple of years. What else have you worked on?
No, sorry. This is actually my first project. I've been I've done some commissions over the years here and there, and I've been looking to get into actually working on a book. So luckily enough, you actually took a chance on me.
All right.
And here we are. So my first book, so my first set of like full interiors, like I've worked on sample interiors and all that, but nothing like this. And actually, funny enough, and this is my first Western as well, because I mean, I grew up on Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. And so, I mean, every day that I'm coloring a page for you, I'm learning something new, referencing Westerns and like even Gunslinger Spawn and all that, just to see how other people work it so I can bring it to your comics. So it's been awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this is your first foray into coloring a whole interior project and Western in particular, I'll go on record as saying you're doing a very good job, and I'm glad you're on my team.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. It's been a hell of a ride so far.
Awesome. Well, as soon as we're funded, and I'm saying that we will be funded, we're going to hit the ground running, because I definitely want to not only fulfill on time, because that's the right thing to do, but I've already got Siamese 2 in the works. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with the speed of a Marcel Dupree, but I'm definitely trying to get these books out there, because I've got so many characters. I've got more than 150 characters, and I'm introducing them in groups, trying to get them out there, get people interested in them, and have people tell me which ones they're most, resonate with them most. So real quick here, I'm going to play the trailer for Projectile Reptile in case anybody hasn't seen it.
Infamous gunslinger Desmond Gibbons, better known across the Wild West as the Cactus Kid, comes to the sleepy town of Clarkson. Trouble finds him in the unlikeliest of sources, the sheriff. After their conflict, the Cactus Kid finds himself inexplicably wearing the badge of a lawman. Later, while on the trail of a serial killer, he and his deputy run afoul of a powerful druid, and the events that lead to the Cactus Kid's transformation into the hulking, four-armed projectile reptile are even more than the druid bargained for. From the Wild West to current-day Los Angeles, where he meets superheroes Black Eagle and Red Hawk, and forms an uneasy alliance with the stunning but deadly Kitty Hawk. Join the projectile reptile on a journey of gunslinging druidic magic, superheroes, and artifacts. Projectile Reptile from Dojo Kun Comics, only on Indiegogo. Are you ready for the truly Wild West?
So one thing I can say is not only was that self-serving, because I want people to see that trailer and sign up for the page so that you get the secret discount here when we launch, but also it was an opportunity to see a lot of the pages that he was talking about that were of the Western chapter of the book, if you will, that Kris colored. And as you can see, he's doing a great job. Now, not all of those images were colored by Kris, but all of those that looked like they were Western setting definitely were.
And you said this is going to be an entire universe, I think, at one point, right?
Yeah, well, they will be part of the connected superhero universe. So the characters that you're coloring now in Projectile Reptile, in fact, you'll get to some pages later on down the line where you'll see some cameos from characters that I introduced in Siamese, my first crowdfunder.
Okay.
So they will, there'll be a tie-in there. And then some of the characters introduced in this book that we're working on now will be continuing on in Siamese too. Oh, I'd like to say hi to a few folks right before we end here. I see we were joined by Nicholas Gear. Thank you for being here, Nicholas. And Nefarious has been here for a bit now. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your attendance, and get the word out. Retweet the poster I put out there that we were going to be on. I know that there's other very popular streams going on right now, so if you're here, I appreciate you taking the time to be with us. And also, if you take the time to watch on the replay, I definitely appreciate your time as well. So real quick before we go, Kris, where can we find you in the socials?
All right. Probably the two main ones that I'm most active on is Instagram and Twitter. And you can find me, leave no spaces, Tart Ninja Art.
Okay. How about you, Arman?
Real Arman Nassim on Instagram and Twitter, and also YouTube Submarine Treehouse.
All right. And I'm going to throw in I'm going to put you on the spot. You don't have to answer me right now, but sometime soon I'd like to be on your show. We'll have to talk.
Absolutely. We already planned it. It's going to be 2 Wednesdays from now, right? I think the 20th.
Let me see. On the 20th, you said. That's August. I've got this card just full of my shows and the shows I'm going to be on. I need to get a spreadsheet or something here. So that's awesome to hear that. Oh, right here. Okay, yeah, you're before my show on the 20th. Awesome. Sweet. I'm looking forward to it then.
Cool. Yeah.
You can grill me with all the questions. All right. Marcel, where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me at Twitter and Facebook, Marcel Dupree, Instagram, Dupree Marcel. You can find Evoluzione on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Evoluzione Pub.
So he likes to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, but you'd be great to sign up. Oh, we got a couple of people jumping in at the last second here. See if I can say that. Varukasaki, 86. Thanks for being here. And I also see that Peter Orchard Studios is here too. Thanks for being here, Peter. We are wrapping up though, so make sure you guys take the opportunity to go back and watch us on the replay. And then let's see, this is the 6th of July, so we're going to skip a week. We'll be back on the 20th here on the Dojo Kun Shill Shaack. So hopefully you'll be with us then. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having us on.